Hi, my name is Mrs. Shattuck, and I'm the principal of Sporting Hill Elementary School, and I am so honored to welcome all of our new families to Sporting Hill. Welcome to our community. You are now a Bulldog. So this is what I look like with my mask on, and I wanted to take that off while I'm doing this presentation so that you can see what I look like with my mask off. At school, I'll have my mask on, just like all of you will have your masks on. So I wanted to go over a few things with your parents so that we can start the year off great. And then I look forward to seeing you on the 27th when you come and get a quick little tour of our school so that everybody knows where their classroom is and what the inside of their school looks like for the first day of school. So I'm going to do a screen share here and start with our PowerPoint, excuse me. So I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller up here. All right, we are going to go over some important things about Sporting Hill, and it is just, it's a beautiful place to be. It's a lot of wonderful people, and this is a picture of our school here. So yeah, like I said, you are now a Bulldog. Sporting Hill this building has been here since 1996. It's a rather new building, but it was also, there was an older building in the same area. We have about 560 to 80 kids that go to school here. This year we have about 150 that are going to be virtual. So we'll be right around the 400 mark of students that are here face-to-face. One of the most important things that our parents need to know is our office staff. Mrs. Emmerich is my secretary, but she's in the front of the office and she can help you with anything. Mrs. Hennessy is the building secretary and she also does a lot of attendance. So she can help you with questions with attendance and really anything else you have questions about. Mrs. Simon is our school nurse. Miss Mackin is our school counselor. And we're hiring a school psychologist, so that's to be determined who our new school psychologist will be. I wanted to put Miss Mackin's email up here just so that you know that you can get in touch with her anytime. She is a great resource if your kids are having some anxiety, worried, if you need any resources, if you need extra supplies or some help with food, she's the one to reach out to. Mrs. Simon's our school nurse, and as you can imagine, she'll be quite busy this year, so it's important that we do as much as we can as parents to make her job a little bit easier. So if we have, you have medications that you need us to give here at school for your child, you need to make sure that it's in its original bottle or container, and that we have the written permission for all medications. That's a form. You can find that form online. You can also find it, we have copies here in the office if you need that. The prescriptions also need the signature of your healthcare provider. One of the biggest things is communication, and it just breaks my heart, it breaks her heart too, when we cannot get a hold of parents and your child is in the nurse's office vomiting or just not feeling well. And you know, we really can't have that this year where we cannot get a hold of you. So it's so important that you're updating all your information in Skyward as as the year goes on. If your number changes, please update it. If your emergency contact number changes, please go in and update it. And her number is here. She also has a cell phone number where she might be contacting you via text. Our PTO is a great way for you to get involved. We just had a PTO meeting last night. We were out on our pavilion, and our PTO does so much for our students, and we can always use volunteers. So this year we have Jenny Geary, who's our president, and Carissa Kramer, who's our vice president. Trisha Fisher is a recording secretary, and then we have co-treasurers, Jennifer Pace and Emma Steffi. They all have kids here, of course, and they are all, I think all of them work outside of the house, but we can work around your schedule. We can always use extra help. So I'm going to go over just a few things with you. There's so much stuff to learn, I know, about a new school, but these are my top 4. We're going to go over rules, communication, attendance, and volunteers. At Sporting Hill, we have a vision that we teach our students, and we talk a lot about it, and it's learning to be a better version of me. We teach our students that making mistakes is okay, as long as you learn from those mistakes. When you learn from those mistakes and then you change your behavior, you are working on becoming a better version of yourself. And that is so important as they're growing older. You know, gosh, I work on that all the time as an adult. I'm constantly trying to become a better version of myself. Some days I'm more successful than others. The theme, we're going to be talking a lot about the energy bus, and the energy bus is a book written by John Gordon, and in it there's 10 rules for making your life better. And then there's a picture book that has the 5 rules. So the 5 rules we're going to be focusing on this year is to create a positive vision, fuel your ride with positive energy, no bullies allowed, love your passengers, and enjoy the ride. So you might be hearing about the energy bus when your children come home, and talk about some of the social emotional learning that's going on in school. We also have just the Bulldog way to be. We want to be respectful, responsible, ready, and safe. So a lot of, you know, the ready and safe is going to be playing into our daily routines. We're going to be taking temperatures as the students get off the bus or that they're being dropped off out front. We have one-way halls where we're going to follow the direction so that we're not crossing over each other, wearing our masks in class. So all of those really fall into these rules of being respectful, responsible, ready, and safe. And then, of course, we apply these to our academic learning too. We have bully prevention rules, and I want to read all of these to you because they're very important. We will not bully others. We will try to help others who are bullied. We will try to include students who are left out. If we know that someone is being bullied, we will tell an adult. These are the expectations of every student in Cumberland Valley School District. And we really do enforce these here at Sporting Hill. I want to remind you that bullying is aggressive, an imbalance of power, and repetitive. So if somebody's teasing your child in class, that's not bullying, that's teasing, and that's being mean. If it comes to the point where it's an imbalance of power and it's repetitive and it's happening over and over and it starts to get aggressive, then we move into that word of bullying. Sometimes that word is used more than it should be. So we will be investigating and making sure that the bullying is not happening. and I want you to reach out to me whenever you suspect or your child reports that something is going on at school. So we're revamping our morning arrival, and students can either ride the bus. We've taken away option 2, which was that you could walk your child in, park and walk them into school. That's no longer an option. Or you can, the second option is you can stop, drop, and roll. And that means that you're pulling up to the front of the building. You're going to, of course, stop your car and have your children sitting on the right side of the car closest to the sidewalk so they can hop out of the car and get safely into the building. We will have staff out there. This year, we're going to have staff taking temperatures as your child is getting out of the car. If they have a temperature, we're going to ask that you pull up and sit for a few minutes, and we would take their temperature. But we just really want to be cognizant of letting kids into the building without a temperature. Afternoon dismissal, we're going to have kids can ride a bus. They can be permanent pickup, and the form is going to be going home actually tomorrow. I'm sending that out via email. So you can sign up that you're going to be picking your child up every day. So then they are on a permanent pickup list, and we will call the permanent pickup kids down to the cafeteria and to get ready to be picked up by you, so that we don't have to call each and every name. The third option is sometimes you might have days where you can come pick up the kids, and you can fill out this form, which again I will be sending out prior to 10:40, well, prior to 2:30 at the end of the day. 10:45 was for kindergarten, and we will get their name on the pickup list. It is so important that you are sending in notes when your child is absent, when they are sick. We need to know the reason because we want those absences to be excused. If you don't send in a note, they're going to be unlawful absences. You can even go into Skyward. Skyward's going to become one of your good friends. You can go into Skyward and log that absence and the reason for that absence in there. Please send, I'm going to say it again, please send a note in when your child's absent, whether it's because they're sick, at a doctor's appointment, at a family event. We just are begging you to please, please, please send in a note or log into Skyward and let us know the reason that they weren't at school. You, at some point, I'm sure, are going to be coming into our building and volunteering, and we really want parents filling out our volunteer forms. You know, we want, we will keep our kids safe, and one of the ways that we can do that is by having everybody who are coming into the building to volunteer to fill out the criminal record check, the child abuse history, and volunteer affidavit. Now, you would need that if you're going to be a PTO volunteer, if you're going to be working in the classrooms, or going on any field trips. So I think it's better to be safe than sorry. Just get it filled out, and then you're ready whenever a teacher needs your help, or we need you maybe to volunteer for a field trip. We have a security system where we need to have your license scanned into our system in order for you to come to events. So you can stop by when you're here to look at the building, and the Mrs. Emmerich or Mrs. Hennessy can scan your license. And you can also stop by the office to ask any questions. We are trying to limit the number of people who are in our office with our COVID procedures. So please, if you can just call the office, we would appreciate that, to ask any of your questions. But on the 27th, when you're here, please stop by and let them know if you have any questions. One of the ways that I communicate with families, your teacher will be setting up ways to communicate with you, but I will be using our website, but mostly I send out messages through School Messenger. So it's important that your email is up to date. Otherwise, you're not going to be getting my messages. And then we also have Twitter and a Facebook. So if you want to check those out and like those pages and follow me, or follow Sporting Hills, so that you can get all of our communication. If you need resources, or you're trying to find like the login for Skyward or Mastery Connect, please go to our webpage. And at the top it says students, parents, staff. If you click on that, the resources that you, the websites, the programs that you are mostly going to use are going to be listed there. So then that will take you to the Skyward login, where you can log in with your email and your password. On our webpage, there is an elementary handbook. We do not send that home anymore, but if you have any specific questions, you can look at that handbook. Of course, you can always just call our office too. We are here to help you and to work with you. So I'm excited to meet all of you. I will see you on definitely the first day of school, if not on the 27th. 27th, right? No, it's the 28th. The 28th, Friday the 28th. I will see you, and we will be so glad to have you join our Sporting Hill Bulldog family. See you soon. Bye.